Hello, it's a great day. This is Tony Holland, founder and CEO of Global Premier Benefits, part of the Integrity Marketing Group family. I want to talk to you guys today about tips to a successful mindset. And today's topic, I think is so important. It's probably the most critical element you need to have, not just to be successful in sales and insurance, but really any industry. It's all about the mindset, whether you're a professional athlete or you're a top attorney, CPA, insurance agent, you got to have the mind right. And it's so critical. It's probably the most important. It can determine someone that's a winner in life and someone that's flat out going nowhere in life. I mean, look at the great Tom Brady. That guy, no matter what he deals with, what he goes through, the man is positive. He's had more haters probably than any other quarterback in history, but he always comes out on top. You know why? Because he makes that a critical part of his daily training and what he needs to do to be one of the greatest football players, probably the greatest quarterback of all time. It's that important. That is the most important thing. It's just like having water to drink and food to eat. It's that important to have the right things going on in your mind. So I'm going to talk about that today in your routines. You got to do it. It's kind of like taking a bath or a shower. You got to do it every day. It's like shaving. You got to do it every day. Not when you're in a rut. Not when, you got nowhere else to turn. It's got to be a habit, and we've all heard that it takes 21 days to form a habit. How long did it take you to really start brushing your teeth? When mom said brush your teeth 1,000 times, you finally did it, right? Do your hair, take a shower. It became part of your routine. So having a positive attitude, it has to be the same as brush your teeth, shaving, putting your clothes on, tying your shoes. You have to make it a part of your daily life. So I always teach my agents to make sure, and people I work with, whether it's an agent, an agency director, an IMO, or someone in my personal life, someone I'm coaching on the football field, start your day out right as soon as you get out of bed. One thing I teach guys, I learned this from the great Zig Ziglar. Zig Ziglar was one of my original mentors going back to the 90s. And he always taught me, those first moments before your feet hit the ground, you got to make sure you thank God for 30 things that you're thankful for, that you're blessed for, your family, the roof over your head, that you have a job, that you have food to eat, clothes to wear. Thank him for 30 things so you can start your day out feeling blessed for what you have. And then what I then tell my associates, my team members, is that you have to also make sure when you're going to and from appointments, whether you're on the phone or the field, that you keep yourself motivated, because there's so much negativity in the world. We're drowned by negativity. My God, just all you got to do is turn on your phone, your smartphone, and something negative pops up. I thank God. I mean, I love technology. I love, the things that technology does, but that's one of, to me, the turnoffs about our technology. That just anybody can get online and put some garbage out there, and it's all over the world. I mean, there's enough of that. And one thing I train our team members to do is, one, shut off the media. You got to shut down. Now it's okay to read the news, but keep it brief. Most of that stuff is garbage, misinformation. It's a lot of just negativity that you just don't need in your life. Guard your mind like you would guard your safe. You got to guard it. And you can't just let anybody dump garbage in your mind. And then you want to train yourself, just like you're going to the gym. You got to train yourself. And a little at a time, get into a Brian Tracy or Tom Hopkins or Zig Ziglar or Les Brown. Or you can also chime into, Grant Cardone. Grant Cardone's done a tremendous job in his industry. That 10X philosophy does work. 8% Nation, that's another one. That really works for people. Get around people that have that mindset, that have that routine down. Like attracts like. You got to have people around. You got to have a core group of people around that are going to motivate you to make you better. That's one of the reasons why I tell people why I joined the Integrity Marketing Group. Integrity Marketing Group's got so many major players and legends like Hubert Humphreys and Craig Ritter and Andy Albright. I got to spend some time with him this past week, and it's just amazing that the source of value and knowledge these guys had. Those are my mentors. That's my core guys that I hang out with that bring the best out of me. And you got to do it on a daily basis. So I teach my guys to make sure they have good stuff to listen to in their car or at their desk. Make sure you listen to the Brian Tracy's, Tom Hopkins, Tony Robbins of the world. Make sure you have someone to mentor you. Okay, that's so critical. It's like even Michael Jordan, the great Michael Jordan, needed a coach, right? Phil Jackson was his coach. Phil Jackson played in the NBA, but he was nowhere as good as Michael Jordan. But even the great Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods, he has multiple coaches to help him with his swing, help him with his putting. You need a coach. You need a mentor. You need someone that is doing what you want to do, giving you the tools, whether that's your upline, whether that's someone else in your life that can help you get through that slump. I mean, slumps are going to happen. Everyone falls in a rut in life. Every human being on this planet has tough days. You need someone to help pull you out of that. And that's why it's important. I tell my team members, make sure you're talking to your upline every night. You need to talk to somebody when you have a tough time. You need, especially when things are tough. You don't go sulk with other people that are down in the rut. You find somebody else that's doing better than you that can help you through that crisis. I always had a saying in this business, you can't help another person up a mountain you haven't climbed. And I'm going to tell you this, I've climbed about every mountain out there in this business, from living out of my van, struggling mentally, struggling. I didn't grow up with what a lot of people had. I didn't have that privileged lifestyle. I grew up with in a single parent household. My mom, she did the best she could. It wasn't the most positive environment that was going to, foster success. My mom was just trying to find a way to pay the bills. Usually, she did the best she could. She had to work sometimes 3 jobs. So I didn't have that environment like most people have in terms of the right fuel to be successful in life and in business. So my first thing I did is I found the best person in the office. When I got into sales, I said, who's number one? I want to get to know him. Take him out to lunch. Take him out to dinner. Feed off other people's success. Anthony Robbins taught me this back in the day when I went through his fireworks seminar. I didn't have any money, by the way. I had to borrow the money to go to the seminar. He taught me this at his seminar, that you can become 20 to 30 years ahead of everybody in your industry if you learn from someone's book or somebody's workshop or seminar. You can get that within 2 to 3, maybe 4 hours of work. And that blew my mind. So I became an avid reader. I became an avid student of success. So get around that. Get around people that are doing great. So for example, when I first started that first agency I was with, found the number one person there. When I surpassed them, I found the top in the region. Then I found the top in the state. Then I found the top on the East Coast. Then I found the top in the country. That's the same reason why with integrity, I've got some of the best, brightest minds ever in the history of insurance to tap into. And one thing I found out about great mentors and great coaches, they love helping go-getters. They love helping those that have that their A game on every day, looking to get better. And I'm like that. It's great joy for me to pay it forward to that agent or an associate, even people that aren't even part of our organization, to help them get through that slump and that rut. And who helped me along the way? I've mentioned many of them, from Bernard Rappaport from my early days, Scott Alexander, my first upline, to many others. Jack London with Lincoln Heritage, tapping into Brian Adams now with Integrity Marketing Group, and many others. And one thing I was taught as well, I always had a millionaire, a billionaire riding beside me every day. Some people say, what do you mean by that? I always, even back in the day with cassette tapes, I don't know if you guys remember cassette tapes, but I had cassette tapes like by the hundreds in my driver's seat. And I always could plop in a millionaire, a billionaire every time. I had cassettes on Bill Gates. I had cassettes on Zig Ziglar. And I would plop it in, especially if I just came out of a house and got blown out, didn't make the sale. I had a rut. I had 3 no's in a row or 4 no's in a row. And that's something I always tell agents too. Every no leads to a yes. But you can't take that no energy into the next house. You can't take that rut, that bad feeling that I missed and didn't make the sale. This person needed, and for whatever reason, they blew me out. You got to make sure you wash yourself clean before the next appointment. So whether you're on the phone or in the field, you got to be able to have a cleansing real quick, especially if you're having a tough time. So I tell agents all the time, invest in some comedy tapes. Invest in some videos. I mean, you can go online and find thousands of things that lift you up. I mean, I love like Eddie Murphy or, Chris Rock. I used to use Chris Rock a lot and Eddie Murphy back in the day. Now I'm a big Kevin Hart fan because I love to laugh. I love to have fun with this. And you can't be successful. I don't truly believe in business or in sales if you have that spirit of strife and negativity on your heart. You got to cleanse that. And great people have helped me throughout throughout my life. Tom Hopkins was a big one, and like I said, Brian Tracy is another. Les Brown's another. I just made sure that I always had quality people around me. And like I said, when I grew up, we didn't have that kind of mentorship. So I had to go invest in it and get the CDs and the cassettes back in the day to get that environment going on in my car or at my desk when I was making my calls. So I'll close out with this. What's my why? It's real simple. I learned at a very young age that there was something different about me, and I knew I grew up with maybe not all the resources and privileges that some people might have, and I just want to be able to help other people like that are maybe at a dead-end job or maybe with an organization that doesn't treat them fairly. My why is to help people understand how success works. I can't believe that the good Lord has blessed me with so many opportunities I have. And if I can pay that forward and help people, alter their mindset. And I always say this too, whatever you're thinking about and whatever you're speaking about, you're bringing about in life. And my why, one of my big whys in life is help people understand the power of the mind and how if they alter that in the right direction. It's just like turning on your Sirius radio. If you turn on the right station, boom, magic can happen. So my why is to help others change and save lives in this industry, pay it forward what was given to me by my mentors, by my coaches, and ultimately make a huge difference in the world. So I want to thank you guys for joining me today, and hopefully I gave you guys some awesome nuggets to help you in your business and your life. And if you ever want to reach out to me, I'm probably one of the only IMOs in the country that does this. I don't mind people calling me direct. You can call me or text me. I love texting. You can call me at 443-253-3634. Prefer texting, and I will get back to you. A lot of people are shocked when I get on the phone and they're like, you actually call us on an assistant? Yeah, that's my personal cell phone number, 443-253-3634. Call me, text me. I'll help you out with whatever's going on in your life and help you get through whatever rut you're in, whatever mindset or any other ideas you need in terms of the business, in terms of life, in terms of coaching, in terms of mentorship. I'll be there for you. So I want to thank you guys, and you guys have a wonderful and blessed day. Thank you.